guys, this is Coop from GarageGymReviews.com, and today we have an epic showdown between the Rogue Fitness Reverse Hyper and the new upcoming clone, the Titan Fitness Reverse Hyper. I'll tell you which one I think is the best, what the differences are, and which one I think you should purchase. Okay, so first off, if you haven't watched any of my previous videos, I'll put a link in the bio below where you can check out a video I did on the Reverse Hyper debacle between Titan Fitness releasing theirs and Rogue Fitness already having theirs and kind of making some comments and things like that. But basically, Rogue Fitness came out with the Reverse Hyper years ago. They went through the patent system and everything with Westside Barbell and Louis Simmons, and they allowed them to basically use their name and to use their model for Reverse Hyper if they pay some royalties back to them. Well, Titan Fitness came out and said, we're going to release a Reverse Hyper. They did that, I think it was like 3 months ago. They released like a teaser video. Everybody's been on edge ever since and thinking, is this a Reverse Hyper I should buy? Okay, now I'm not going to base my decision on whether you should purchase these based upon any legal formats, any issues behind the scenes. All I'm going to be talking about today is which machine is superior for the price, okay? So when I give a recommendation, I'm not saying this is the one you should buy because this is the creator's version or anything like that. This is just, I'm comparing apples to apples based upon the steel that is in front of me. So I'll first talk about the Rogue Reverse Hyper. Now this is the RH1. The one that Titan Fitness made is based on the Z Hyper, but really there isn't that much difference between them except for like a beefier build on the Z Hyper, and it's a little bit more expensive. But in comparison, they're pretty much the same. The Rogue Reverse Hyper RH1, in my opinion, up to this point, has been the best budget-friendly Reverse Hyper. Now I say budget-friendly, but really it's not that budget-friendly because it still costs around $1,000 or more to have it shipped to your house. It's big, bulky, expensive, takes up a lot of space, and it only does one thing. Well, you can use them more versatility, but in reality, they're really made mostly for just doing reverse hypers, which in reality, although can strengthen, is used in many cases for a therapeutic, use or rehab, prehab type stuff. But the reverse hyper that Rogue Fitness has come out with, the RH1, is without a doubt one of the best reverse hypers that's out there. The only really companies outside of them that are making them in the US are Westside Barbell themselves, and the ones they make, although good, are out of the price range for most people. So if you want a reverse hyper, up until this point, this was the one you went with. They use their same 2x3 steel that they use on their racks. Everything about it is heavy duty. They use the same vinyl that they use on their benches, which is grippy, lasts a long time, and thick. The padding, I believe, is the same foam that they use on their benches as well, so it's sturdy. I've used this one for quite a while. I've had it in the gym that's been using it for quite a while, and it's still flat, okay? Usually reverse hypers end up getting this dip in them. The top can start ripping. I've had no issues with this one. I absolutely love it. I really didn't see a reason to get another one until Titan Fitness came out with this one, and I just wanted to get it so I could compare the two, okay? Now, as far as like overall how they're used in the exact same way. One of the differences is this comes with a little bit better strap than the Titan Fitness one does, and this one doesn't have a stabilizer bar, okay? It also uses rubber grips on the bottom, basically to elevate it a little bit higher and to keep it from moving, okay? I haven't had any issues with this. I haven't ever thought about needing a more expensive one or a better one. So, if you want to go with Reverse Hyper, this is a great choice. So now we have the contender, and this is from Titan Fitness. This is the Titan Fitness HPND or something like that. Basically, they were trying to get around the name, the trademark for Reverse Hyper. From what I'm told, basically the thing that Westside Barbell still has is the trademark on the name Reverse Hyper. So they can't use that, but unless I'm incorrect, which I may be incorrect, the patent that they had on the pendulum and everything, how it moved, isn't in effect anymore, and that's the reason they're able to sell this and continue to sell it without any issues regarding legalities, okay? But basically, this is a beefier version of what they have over at what Rogue Fitness has, okay? It's very similar to the Z Hyper. The Z Hyper has the same similar handle system that you can go back and forth. It has a stabilizer bar, which is great. It keeps it from shaking back and forth. This one, as you probably saw, shakes back and forth a little bit. It's not as sturdy as this one. This thing is heavy duty. It's beefy, it's heavy, it's bulky. If you want a big, bulky reverse hyper, which You know, I don't know why you'd want something more bulky than that. Then this is a great option. I do like that you can adjust these easily. You just pull out this cotter pin, move it back and forth, and then put it back into place. It's real simple and real easy to basically put different people on here. They use 3x3 steel, so this is the same steel that they use in the X3. Just to be aware that the Rogue Reverse Hyper is made in the US. This one's made in China. For some of you that matters. For most, I don't think it does. Okay, you're mostly looking on price. The padding, the vinyl that's used on this is not as good as what's used on the Rogue Reverse Hyper, okay? That one is much grippier, it's a much thicker top. This is a glossy, cheaper, you know, type top. It's got a little bit softer padding, but it's actually much more dense than what I expected it to be for the price. So, although I haven't used this enough to really see how this is gonna wear over time, I really don't have much worries, and if it does, I'm sure I could end up getting either a new one from Titan or basically replacing the top myself for much cheaper than I could just buy that one on its own. Okay, now one of the things that Westside Barbell messaged me and said about the Titan Reverse Hyper was it would be dangerous to use because it has different geometry and different dimensions, and it's not up to standard with what they found to be the optimal length of the pendulum and things like that. So what I did was I took some tape measure and I basically measured the pendulum, I measured how far away it was from the pad and things like that to see if there's a difference. And to be honest, they're pretty much the exact same. Okay, so the height, everything like that, the length of the pendulum, all of the issues that Westside Barbell said would be, you know, could be an issue, I don't see an issue with it. I basically see these are pretty much a mirror copy, okay? Now, if you want to support a company that basically came up with it and did it in the way that was supposedly right, paid for all of it, then you're gonna wanna go with Rogue. But if you just want something that's going to work, and that's gonna have pretty much the same dimensions and be way cheaper, I think this is like $600 shipped when they don't have their discount codes and things like that for like 10 and 15% off, then this is an awesome option. This is way better than what I thought it was gonna be. It's way sturdier than what I thought it was gonna be. Yeah, the welds aren't pretty, okay, but it functions the exact same, or I won't say the exact same, but it functions similarly, and to be honest, I'm blown away by how good this is. So, which one do I think you should buy? Well, I would probably go with Rogue because I don't mind spending a little bit more, having a little bit better resale value, and having something that I know if it breaks down, they're gonna take care of me. But that said, if you're willing to, you know, you want to not spend as much, this is an awesome option. $600, shipped to your door, doesn't take a crazy long time to assemble, and it's a great machine. But this has been Coop from GarageGymReviews.com. Thanks for watching. Let me know about what you think about, you know, companies like Titan versus companies like Rogue, and Titan coming up with basically a similar product using their design and everything like that at a cheaper price point. Would you pick up the Titan Reverse Hyper, or would you stay with the Rogue Reverse Hyper? Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.